Hey everyone, it's Katie Robertson. I'm just coming to you tonight to talk to you a little bit about the new way that you are going to register your students for Allstate this year. Everyone is moving to an online registration system, and the way it'll work is you will download your acceptance form or contract and collect your signatures, and then you will upload that document to FormStack. And so I'm going to walk you through that process tonight. It looks a little different for each organization, so bear with me. I'll try to go as quickly as I can, but also give time for you to kind of process as I go. All right, first thing you need to know is I have built you a landing page for Allstate that has all of your information on it that you could ever possibly need to know. So if you are on our main page, welcome. Then you go to conferences, and then if you go down to January conferences, you see Allstate organizations pops up. Click that. And that takes you to the 2020 Allstate information landing page. This page has Allstate ensemble information for each ensemble under a toggle window, all the information you need to make a hotel reservation, and the Allstate concert information. So the children's chorus concert, the jazz ensemble concert, the high school choral concert, and the high school instrumental concert. Notice the dates and times are listed for each. Also, below, the venues are linked to the page on the venue site that gives you directions on how to get there. Also, one more thing down below, the ticket price is there, and notice PAC tickets are going to be $20 at the door this year. So just make note of that. Remember that we have the children's chorus stays at the DoubleTree, and the 3 high school hotels are the Hyatt, the Courtyard, and the Fairfield. And all the rates are the same, $114 per night, so across the board. And the directions to make your reservation are underneath. Again, if you're unfamiliar with this process or new, a shuttle bus does run between all of our venues. So it goes between all 4 hotels, the PAC, which is the PAC, and the Cox Business Center. So we've got buses running constantly, so don't worry about your student getting to and from. We've got them covered. So let's dive in and look at Allstate information. So each ensemble has a toggle window. That's just to save your eyes from lots of text on the page. Let's look at children's chorus. You can either click the title or the plus. Down here it gives you registration information, the deadlines, and links to important forms. So if I am a children's chorus teacher, I'm going to follow the directions in order. I'm going to download the children's chorus acceptance form. Now, this year, if you have students in multiple organizations, you'll notice that these forms look identical. We are trying to streamline our processes and also make everything about it the same as we can. So you'll write your name of the student and the school at the top, and then it has the rules of conduct, and then it has some information for the student, student signs, parent permission, and parent email address. So you get a signature and an email address. Here is where you fill out the medical information. Okay, and then if the student has additional medical information that does not fit here, you'll attach a separate piece of paper to your uploads, which I will show you in just a minute. And then it gives the deadlines again, and then you need to get the administrator signature and your signature as the teacher. So the very first thing you're going to do is download and print one of these acceptance forms for every student you have in the organization. So if I have 5 students in children's course, I print 5 forms and I send them home to get the appropriate information filled out. As the teacher, I'm going to collect all that information back. Now, some of you have parents who pay for their students to participate. Some of you have schools who pay. So it just depends on how it works for you, and we'll talk about that kind of as we go through the online form. So once the form is complete with all the necessary signatures, you're going to complete the online form. All right, the online form is a FormStack form. I gave you directions at the top to make sure you did your acceptance form, that you have some things uploaded to your computer. You can do that by either taking a picture or scanning it to your computer. Either one will be accepted. And then a form of payment. So if you're paying for all your students with one PO, you upload the same picture of the PO with each student entry. If each student has a separate check written by their parents, then you will upload that with the appropriate student's entry. All right, please do not send cash, okay? Payment will be sent directly to the All-State chair, and then it gives the deadlines and the fees again. So I'm going to walk you through how to fill this out. Let's act like I'm the teacher. So I'm just going to fill this out really quick. When you put in phone numbers on FormStack, you do not put any dashes in. It automatically formats it for you. If you put in dashes, it will not accept your form. So if you're having trouble, you might check that. Oh, I'm making up an email address now. Okay, so then I'm gonna, let's say my student's name is Madeline. She's one of my students who made it. Okay, so then I check the voice part. So let's say she's an alto. Make sure you don't multi-select because it does let you do that, but just select one. Notice check one. So double check that. T-shirt size, she's a medium. She really doesn't want a hoodie, so I'm going to mark no hoodie. But if you had a child who wanted a hoodie, you would mark their hoodie size. Let's say you as the parent or you as the teacher also want a hoodie, you would check other and you would put the additional sizes down here in that box. Because they're a choral student, we need to know their height. Also, we need to know if they're a 3, 4, or 5-year member in children's. So we'll say she's a 5-year member. That means she's made children's All-State for 5 years. And we have to mark dietary restrictions because we are giving out snacks. So if they have a food allergy, you'll definitely need to specify what it is. Then we're going to put in the parent information, which you gathered on that form. So just have it out while you're filling this out, and it'll be real quick and easy. And then their email address. I guess. Where? Sorry about that. And then we are ready for the uploads, okay? So on file uploads, we are going to choose file, and I took a picture of both pages of my Coral Acceptance form, and so I've got Katie 1, which is page 1 of it, and Katie 2. So I suggest, you know, when you take these pictures or you scan these in, that you name them 1 and 2 so you know which one to put where. And then my student didn't have any additional medical information, but if they did, that's where I would upload this. Notice it doesn't have an asterisk, so you don't have to put anything here. All right. Also, I took a picture of my check, so I'm going to put it in there. That is required. And then if for some reason you have a parent who is paying for hoodies separate of your payment for all the students, this is where you would attach that image of that check. Okay, so when I click submit, it pops up and tells me what to do next. Now that your contract is complete, I'll have to mail my form of payment to the All-State chair. It says mark your checks and POs with your school studio in the memo line. Don't send your signed contract. They don't want a bunch of paper in the mail. They just want your payments. And you're going to send them to this address, and they must be payable to OkMEA. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Okay. So that's children's in a nutshell. Underneath children's, you'll see their acceptance form, a hoodie order form that you can send home with the kids to get the information you need, a rehearsal schedule, rules of conduct, and also a recording photography order form for your students. Okay, chorus people, you're going to do things just slightly different. It's not very hard, but you're going to do the same thing. You'll download your acceptance form, which looks just like the children's form. You'll do the online form like I just showed you. But your next step is to download the chorus payment form. And you'll fill out the necessary information, school, directors, and then you'll mark how many kids you have in chorus and how many you have in treble chorus and total it. If you're doing this after December 14th, you'll need to add the additional $10. If you have hooded sweatshirts, you'll put them here, and then the total payment, because the choral people expect their teachers to pay under one payment, one check or one PO, and all of their monies go to one person. So that information is here on this form. So according to the directions, you'll download the chorus payment form, you'll complete the form with the necessary information, and then you'll mail the payment form with the payments to Lacey West, and her email address or her mailing address is here. Your deadlines are here with the registration fees. And then down here is all the important forms: the acceptance form, the payment form, a hoodie order form. You can send that home with your students so you can find out if they want one or not. a rehearsal schedule, the rules of conduct. If they want to order an Allstate ring, there's an example and an order form, or an Allstate jacket, example and an order form, and then the photography recording order form. So that's what those look like. Okay, instrumental people, you do not do the payment form because you all send your contracts to other people. Okay, so you will go through and take care of mailing your contracts to your form of payment to the correct person. Okay, now your online form looks a little different as instrumental people because you'll do student name and because it's a high school student, you'll be collecting their cell phone number, only to be used in case of an emergency. Pardon my cough. And then you'll choose what instrument they play. T-shirts are the same. Hoodies are the same. Mark if they're a 3-year member. And then dietary and food allergies. Parent information is the same. Acceptance form page 1 and page 2 are the same. Additional medical information, form of payment, and then if hoodie payments are separate. So this is what all the instrumental ones look like, because it does ask for student cell phone number and it does ask what instrument they play. If you are an orchestral student or teacher, I'm really sorry about my cough. You will see their online form has the strings listed, as well as the winds and percussion. All right, so I hope this helped you understand the new process and helped you see all the things that you're going to need to do and all the places that you can find the information. Remember, go to conferences, January conference, all state organizations to access this landing page. After I get this video uploaded, it will be here under 2020 All-State information. This tutorial video will live here, but I'll also be posting it out on social media. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me at coordinator@okmea.org. My cell number is also listed on the website, and you can text me during the day, and I can get back to you easier that way. You can also contact your chair. They know about this new system and are prepared to answer your questions. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you and your students in January.